Hello everybody, welcome back to the Learn Dota 2 League Season 12, Week 3. Last game. Lanaya Del Rey brought Gyrocopter to the field, and Smells Like Teen Spirit didn't quite realize who that was until Gyrocopter very bluntly introduced himself to everybody.
Yep.
You know, he's like, "Hi everybody! I'll kill everybody now!" And you know, not a lot they ended up being able to do about that. See if they're able to avoid making the same mistakes this time. One thing both teams should probably avoid is using half of their banner like this.
Yeah, that's true.
I think this is the only two teams still left doing this, so a couple of them accidentally did it last week, I think.
5 seconds
This week, I guess.
Smell teamy.
Smell teamy, and just Lanaya.
Radiant team back.
No Lena. It's giving me some flashbacks to how the bands won the first game.
Yeah.
I mean, it's never a bad idea to ban Hoodwink, to be frank with you, because it's just a stupid hero that I hate.
10 seconds remaining.
I'm not a personally biased guy, okay? I'm not gonna start flaming you if you pick Hoodwink.
5 seconds
But I
remaining.
should, because Hoodwink sucks.
Will you flame people for liking the movie Hoodwink?
Dire team back.
Yes.
Okay.
If you want to get flamed
Radiant
by me,
team picked.
make sure to go into the LD2L Discord server and talk about how much you love the movie Hoodwink. And also, ultimately, the literal same bands as the first game. You'd only know this game is a different game because we got Jakiro as the first instead of Ogre.
Yep.
Ooh, is he gonna not get picked this game? I mean, he's still gonna be picked in this series, but
Dire
it does
team
feel like we have a pretty close to 100% PB for Jakiro as well. Securing an
fair
early
enough.
Earth Spirit this time. They knocked out the Medusa earlier than they did in the last round. This time we got Earth Spirit for Lanaya.
Alright.
Earth Spirit is a lot
10
like Earth
seconds
Shaker in a lot of ways. Picking Earth Spirit early like this puts you into a position where there's a lot of heroes on for the Radiant lineup. They really aren't very desirable picks anymore.
Right.
Also got Weaver
10
here, which at this point in the
seconds
tournament can be easily called a flex pick, I think.
5 seconds remaining.
We have
Yeah, it
seen
could be either core support.
Weaver play nearly every role in this tournament so far. And speaking of which, here's Spirit Breaker.
Yep.
Dire team back.
In fact, they have the exact same lot. They've both been picked 5, 4, 3, and 1.
Goodbye to the gyro.
Not going to be seeing that again. No argument here. Gyro and Weaver is a surprisingly nasty combination. You know, Weaver gets the bugs on everyone, and Gyro comes in and does about 1 trillion damage to
Radiant
everybody.
team back.
No Bloodseeker.
Dire team back. Radiant team
Alright.
back.
Again, you'd think if either team would be picking old Bloodmen, it'd be Lanaya this game. So Tricey did that now, I guess.
Bloodseeker's like a classic Earth Spirit counter, though.
He's also a classic SB counter.
And a classic Weaver counter. So, there you go.
And a classic Jakiro counter. I mean, not
Yeah,
very classic, but it still counters Jakiro pretty well. He's just, I guess, the nuclear option that they didn't even want to be in consideration.
And they don't want to play him, and he super counters the 2 heroes they picked, so
Right.
Radiant team.
just get rid of him.
Nope,
There you
Ogre's
go.
showing up after all. Which means it's likely... I mean, unless you're doing 3 or, God forbid, 2 Earth Spirits, probably Core Weaver.
Could be. Could be 2 Earth Spirit. It's genuinely possible.
10 seconds remaining.
You know, last time I played mid, I played Earth Spirit mid and I won.
5 seconds remaining.
Okay.
I won against
Good to know.
Meepo. So, you know, that was a fun game. And then after I got 2 kills and the Ancient blew up, Pohohoro opened text chat and said, yeah.
True. I was thinking about this one.
Radiant team pick.
Alright.
Ocelot will be happy. We finally have Broodmother on the field here.
Yeah. Is this Brood mid against Earth Spirit?
It could be. That would be,
10 seconds remaining.
Bad
That'd
for
be something.
Broodmother.
5
We could be
seconds
doing the
remaining.
funny mid-ogre strat.
I don't know. We're not quite at that level of memory.
Dire team pick.
Drow Ranger.
Look at our Draw Ranger though.
You do not want to be Earth
So,
Spirit against the
super
Drow
tech
Ranger.
hero.
Drow Ranger really screws with Earth Spirit. So,
And Weaver.
I think it's a pretty good counter here. Pretty good counter here, and it's the hero that goes both with their lineup and against the other one, so. And his
They
impact
need a low
tax,
sword.
Remaining.
Is what that tells me.
better they need a silence on Drow.
They left ES in the pool when the other ES in the pool when Broodmother's in the game.
That's true, they did. That could backfire pretty handily here.
The other ES. Earthshaker. There
Right.
you go. Too
What's-
many ESs in this game then.
What's the other ES
Radiant
again?
team bad.
Ember Spirit.
Ember Spear, right. Oh, speaking of which,
There you go.
Dire team bad.
So Brood has kind of a bad mid matchup and is also pretty countered by the other heroes.
assuming Brood's mid, I think she could be 3 as
Yeah.
easily.
That's true.
Team Spirit is not calling ES mid here and has banned Kunkka.
10 seconds remaining.
Both teams have very flex
5
lineups. You can
seconds
see a
remaining.
lot of combinations for this. I
Yep.
think it's going to be the more traditional ones here. It's
Right.
hard to tell. Lanaya also seems to be talking over who is going to be their last. They're
Right.
assuming 3 again.
5, 4, 2, 1, and then 2, 1, 5, 4. Very odd. Or maybe 5, 3. Could be a 3 or shaker.
10
Could be.
It's very
seconds
possible.
remaining. 5 seconds.
I think it's
remaining.
more likely 3 or shaker, to be honest. People like making use of that enchant totem cleave.
Right. The Enchant Totem Cleave is good. 3 gives you Blank Dagger a lot faster as well.
Dire team bad.
Earthshaker actually is going to have more utility here than just Broodmother as well, since he's also pretty good against Spirit Breaker, and the way he positions means that it's a lot more difficult for Jakiro to deal with him. You're not going to be catching Earthshaker in your ice path so frequently.
10 seconds
Alright,
remaining.
let's see. Our last picks are gonna be.
5
Lanaya going
seconds
all in on the
remaining.
idea that this is going to be their 3. Could be. We could be seeing 2 Broodmother. Don't like 2 Broodmother much, to be honest with you.
I mean, I think it's okay. It's just situational.
I mean, you can do it. You can definitely do 2 Broodmother. Is definitely. It's not like a, I don't know, like a 2 Meepo or something, right? I just don't feel like it's the best way to use her.
See if Team Spirit agrees with you. Really discussing this one.
Yeah, they're gonna run this one to the last possible second here.
Yep.
Putting a lot of thought into this one. A lot of thought in that, a lot of thought into strat. Notably, I will say this much. I would be a little surprised if the bans Lanaya threw out were within the playbook for his Team Spirit here. Bristleback was a
Right.
3 after all, so we are going to be seeing the 2 Broodmother. Alright.
Yep.
Probably 5, 4, 2, 1, 3 then. And again, last
Yeah.
pick on the 3.
This last
Bristleback?
pick will be a 4 if my theory is correct about this team comp.
Bristleback can be...
5 seconds
Bristleback is a
remaining.
blessing and a curse to Team Spirit here. He's very easily going to go into more defensive items, and, you know, it's going to help out a lot against this lineup. I mean, in particular, they are all about magic damage right now, and Bristleback is very well equipped and very able to get a very early pipe, right?
Yep.
Only downside is it's Wyvern.
Choose
And
your
Wyvern. That's another bad hero for Brood to be up against.
Yep. It's also not the... It is 2 Earth Spirit, actually.
Yep.
It's also not a terribly fun hero for the Spirit Breaker to deal with. Because Laverne can just put a big old ice slug in the middle of the lane that he can't cross, and boy, buddy, he does not like that.
Kind of an unfortunate game for Brood. Because
Yeah.
every hero picked after Broodmother was just a straight up like counter to her and also good against everyone else on her team.
I mean, it's actually, I think, a little worse than that, because not only was every pick afterwards kind of a counter to her, Earth Spirit and Weaver also kind of mess her up pretty good.
Yeah, they're
Especially
not
Weaver and
direct
Nicole.
counters, and there's no reason to assume 2 Earth Spirit until it became more obvious after the 3rd and 4th pick, but
Right. Even if he's not to, he still has a lot to do about Broodmother. You know, one of Broodmother's biggest things is fairly easy hero to escape with, fairly easy hero to just run around the map with, like Lycan, but Earth Spirit is great at the chase and can do things like roll over all her spiders and just stop a push on her behalf instantly that way. Things like that.
Yep.
And to be honest with you, that's the reason I don't like Broodmother. She's just too counterable to put in that high of a position. IMO.
yeah. When you're playing Brood against Earthshaker, you have to be very conscious, or else your
Right.
whole team's gonna die. Straight up.
Yeah,
It's a Grandmaster Earth Spirit, at least there's that.
Broodmother is not going to be able to be on the front lines in any fight. She is always going to have to be in the back line, always going to have to be as far away from her teammates as possible, and that's going to put a lot of damper on her ability to do much. Oh, check it out. Surfing USA.
Brood is pretty good against more traditional mids that you would see, like against Lena. It's a very good matchup. Against like Puck, it's a pretty good matchup. Against Quap, it's a good matchup
30
until she
seconds
hits
to
6.
Yeah, I was going to say... Yeah, I don't know.
And even then, it's like a
Quap
hefty cooldown on that ult. So
Yeah, Quap can make $1 million she levels the right way, though. She just goes for Scream instead of trying to focus
well,
on
and she's
daggers.
not going for Blink, so
Well, she can easily do both.
just
She
get run down.
just ignore Dagger for a while. Which means you're not going to get many kills, sure, obviously. But on the other hand, it means you're going to make about $1 trillion just farming those brood spiders. 2 for 2 on the runes here. Nobody's really going to make a concerted effort to fight. Do much interesting. We do have the classic ward up here.
Like it's the traditional way that pub Quap's build. It's good.
Right. Just another play, so it's like kind of like what went wrong for Puck in the last round. It's like you can adjust your build and counter it fairly easily. It's just you have to adjust your build, and a lot of people aren't very comfortable with doing that for one reason or another.
Yep. All right.
One thing we did not do in the last match that we will be doing now, because I wanted to get everything straight, right? It's time for your good old-fashioned calls. Who is who? So let's go down the list as Esper is getting pretty beat up here. This whole Dire safe lane, in fact, is getting a little beat up.
Isn't that
It's a little
level
hard to-
1,
Yeah.
level 1 goo, huh? I've seen that multiple times the last couple days, actually. Never
Right.
saw it before, but
Realistically, you can do level 1 goo, but it depends on a lot on who you're going to be laning with. If you're not laning with somebody who has some right-click power of their own, then it's not worth getting. Got the funny combat music.
Not lane.
As Drow Ranger just puts Slizzy in the grave instantly.
First blood. And a point.
Unfortunate.
Taken.
So speaking of Drow Ranger, pause 1, Peb Cack for Smells Like Teen Spirit on the Drow Ranger. Pause 2, Alex on the Broom Mother. Getting a little screwed up by Earthshaker here, or not Earthshaker, Earth Spirit. Pause 3, we've got Tank. No! Is anti-value. On Bristleback.
Sure is.
Pause 4, we've got Diva D on Spirit Breaker. It's not Gotham on pause 4 Spirit Breaker for once. And pause 5, we've got spazisaspaz, the team captain on Jakiro. Meanwhile, oh man, we got a lot of things happening all over the map here. This might be another, nope, just,
Draw.
man, it's so close.
Oof. Okay.
No, it doesn't quite matter.
Yes.
That Tango,
Yeah.
yeah, yes, playing point guard and that Tango saved the life. So, on Lanaya Del Rey, we've got Runny. We've got this guy playing Earth Spirit. That's your pause 2. We've got Weaver. ESPer, the team captain on pause 1. Shoutouts to my cat. Shoutouts to this double kill.
Up here, yeah.
Pause 2, or pause 3 rather. We have Baladek playing Earthshaker. Pause 4, we have Slizzy on Winter Revern, former pause 2 of this team. And pause 5, we have not a 12-year-old boy this time on the Ogre Magi.
Yep.
That's
Oh,
getting really hassled here. But the downside of this lane is that it's a very, very mana-intensive off lane for the Dire. Oh, Weaver actually took out Bristleback again. Very mana-intensive intensive lane for the Dire here.
Yep.
They're not going to be able to respond too much without a lot of mana usage. Drow just going to let Jakiro take care of this. And once again, Earthshaker just barely point guarding out Winter Revern here, who gets away with just a sliver of HP. Drow level stats? No, it just hasn't leveled this level for some reason.
Waiting to see if she needs silence or if she can just go multi-shot.
By this point, I feel like you probably should have answered that question.
Yeah, goes for the multi-shot.
Yep.
Almost gets a kill with it.
Yeah, once again, Wyvern just having to back right off here. On one hand, it's not great for Wyvern to constantly be at 2 HP, but on the other hand, Drow and Jakiro are accomplishing nothing, constantly almost killing Wyvern, and they don't actually get the job done. Notably, she is last for last for last. This is of course she's actually on parity with Spirit Breaker, who is not the.
For some reason, Spirit Breaker and Bristle are just like
sharing them.
It's like the equality lane. They're splitting those last hits.
Not a terrible idea, I don't think.
Yeah.
You can easily sacrifice some of your money early as Bristle, because you're just going to be getting more than you'd ever need for a while. And Spirit Breaker having some money is certainly, nobody's going to argue with the effectiveness of Spirit Breaker having some cash of his own. Broom Mother has managed to turn mid a little bit over here. She's actually in first for last hits now, though. The opponent is doing effectively as good. Just punched a spider.
Sad. That happens.
He is likely going to die for this. He does not have oh, he does have
Spirit Breaker
he actually getting a little,
oh my god,
little aggressive there. I think that might have been a mistake, to be honest with you.
Man, that guy, no fear.
Yeah, there is no fear here, man. Getting a little bashed up. Ogre Magi coming in. Making the save.
Does he roll in aggressively? That's the question. Nope, just gonna walk away. Oh, he's thinking about it, dude.
Nope, ultimately ixnayed it.
Yeah.
Very interesting trade in both mids. Oh, effectively, okay, never mind. See, best news Brood Mother's ever had.
Yep. You just pop Soul Ring for free during that. Slizzy.
Swing and a miss on the
Yeah,
Earth
he
Spirit
dodges that.
initiate.
Yeah. Dodges out that rolling boulder.
Just barely. That's very, very, very close to success here. Both teams kind of starting to converge on mid here. Lane phase almost seemingly ending a bit early.
Right.
Yep.
Going to be largely of it's going to be of benefit to Team Spirit to do this, I think, because that top lane was going fairly disastrously for them.
Yeah.
Oh, Weaver.
Has time lapse. Okay.
True, but
Happens.
unfortunately, does not pan out there. Without Ogre Magi around, Weaver can do quite a bit less.
Yep.
Just does not quite have that operational capacity, especially without the ability to just stun Bristleback and then beat him up to his face.
And the Spirit Breaker has been very useful for them.
Right. Bristleback
Oh boy.
just getting eaten by Ogre here.
Dire's top tower
Oh,
is
just
under
casually
attack.
destroyed.
That's a rough bristle lane.
Drow Ranger ends up going down.
Oh boy, Earth Spirit.
Spirit Breaker coming in just to try and break this all up here. Does do it successfully. Jakiro fighting back, but Jakiro is so low leveled, it's hard to imagine he has any impact on their desire to fight or not. Oh, Laverne just died somewhere. Alright.
Lane.
Yep. He's got to jump behind that tower.
Double damage.
Very,
Brood.
yeah.
That would land it.
Still actually very near death there. I think old rotation there probably would have been great, but they've been putting so much effort into rotating other places. This has got to be getting a little frustrating for LDR at this point, because they've been going all over the map looking for blood. Haven't been getting that much. God Drow, that's big, don't get me wrong. But, you know, Brood Mother still hasn't died. Bristleback only went down after a load of effort, and it was not worth it. That sort of thing.
I mean, they completely shut Bristle out of this game, so.
Right. It still took a death and a half to kill him, though. That's kind of what I mean by that. I don't think you could really ever accurately say Bristle's out, because he always has that utility of just sitting in fights hitting W. You're always going to have to keep an eye on him, even if he's really underfarmed, and he will go down easily. But if you ignore him, if you write him off, you can't do that. Just can't do that. Plus, with such a dominantly magic-focused lineup on this team, he can easily just kind of pick up a pipe, be fine.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
They really have 1.5 sources of fizz damage on this lineup.
Yeah. Yes.
Thinking
is
about
enough
going
of
mid,
this.
but
Okay, never mind.
what was he doing? Chasing this
Chasing the
individual spider?
Get it? Yeah.
There, he killed the brood child. Alright.
It's a morale hit for Brood.
Oh yeah, you gotta know it's a big time morale hit. Drow Ranger a little alone here. Doesn't look like she cares too much though. Unfortunately for her, Earthshaker is the fastest man alive, has those phase boots already, rushed the hell out of them.
And the soft lane's paying off really well for him.
Right. Earthshaker has more last hits than most of the Radiant Cores himself. And notably, Dire once again, LDR once again, just pretty dominant with their last hitting so far. Just,
Their laning is certainly a lot more effective.
right. Though they have lots of those VIP personnel, so the gold advantage is not actually favoring them too much. They got more kills, but unfortunately I would say so far, you can make the argument that Radiant got the kills on like the right people a little more
I
there.
don't think Brood matters in this game at all, to be honest. Like, any Brood in a game against Earthshaker and Wyvern is just simply not gonna matter. Like, she could get 100 kills on like Earth Spirit and get echoed and die.
Right. Earthshaker getting very bashed to pieces
Oh,
here.
good curse.
Once again, curse. And Earth Spirit is here. Gonna do that about a million
Super
times.
saved
Bonk.
Oh boy.
Here we are. Beating Jakiro to death. And Spiritbreaker does not have long to live. Yep.
That's some crisp Earth Spirit play. Very good.
DVD and Ogre Magi just casually getting shredded here.
Radiant structures are fortified.
We were looking at the Brew Mother here, just trying to Sakuchi some free money. Brood has to split her spiderlings off just to avoid that fate.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Very
attack.
sad.
I ate the double damage room with them.
Nah.
Dire's
Alrighty.
structures are fortified.
Notice how much attention that Brew Mother has to be paying
Oh.
to the spiders here. If she lost concentration, if there was a lapse of concentration on Brew Mother for 1 second there, would have been dead for sure. Speaking of dead for sure, they're going to Slizzy again. Gotta run over alone at bot.
Dire's top tower is
Spiritbreaker, yeah.
This is going to be a team where it's going to be very difficult for anybody, especially the supports, to do much solo work. Any combination of 2 people on the Dire can easily stand up to any combination of 2 people on the Radiant, I think. At least at parity. But 1v1s, it's a different story. Or even, you know, the
2v1s.
unfortunate occasional 2v1s, you know. Hello, Bristleback. Goodbye, Air
no.
Spirit.
Not somewhere you want to be.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Ah.
Oh, okay.
Big collision. We had an Echo Slam there. Just to save Earth Spirit's life, basically.
Yep.
Might, do
Doesn't
indeed
seem
take
that.
out the Spirit Breaker there.
Oh.
Brew Mother, very
God,
messed
it's
up.
so close.
Both of them
40
actually.
HP.
Jakiro operating the back lines here, versus
Yeah.
some Dire infiltrators.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Crazy
Very
fight.
big, very big long-range fight. Not actually much blood spilt for it ultimately. Both teams have such good disengage and such poor ability to stop the enemy
Radiant's top
disengage at
tower
this
is
point.
under attack.
Yeah.
So basically, no matter what happens, there's always a way out at the very least, unless you're getting locked down. Which is a problem that, at least on the individual level, I think the Dire is going to have a bit more than the Radiant.
Right.
And once again, even though the kill chart is still favoring Lanaya, as much as you could say that fight was won, they won that last fight. Still, frankly, not doing too great on the gold advantage here. You have a objective down
That's
here.
pretty early. And that Weaver
Right.
last hit lead is pretty considerable.
Right. The Worth lead is just a bit less impressive, though it's still pretty good.
I mean, Brood gets network just from existing, basically, so...
Yeah, I like Earth Spirit stopping for a moment to get the last hit, just ending at the perfect time. One notable thing, though, is I do not feel like it bodes well that they were already having that much success in team fights before Earthshaker got the
Radiant's bottom tower
Blink Dagger
has
here.
been denied.
Yep.
Earthshaker getting the Blink Dagger is going to turn Brew Mother. She's just going to have to be paranoid no matter what she's doing.
Yeah.
If she's ever just bathing in her spiders like this and she's not in the deepest, safest territory in the world, she's dead. And if Earthshaker wants to bully her, and he can make that even worse.
Yeah, it's certainly not a bad target to bully.
Oh no. Got smoke coming down here. We looking for Drow? Not a bad idea.
Yeah, I think Weaver can
Spirit.
just solo kill her, honestly.
Well, not if he misses bugs.
That's a shame. She's still
Petcack
super dead though.
was not looking what was happening.
Not
Did not even realize he was getting smoked until after, like, didn't even realize it when the smoke was burst there. That's very unfortunate. Must have been looking at something else at that moment.
Happens. Thinking about farm.
Thinking about creeps.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
They're gonna try to get some objective damage done down your bot while Earth Spirit just dies.
Yep. Oh no.
But old Broom Mother.
Oh, I had to split the spiders.
Yep.
Still gonna die.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
So this ult off is on the right guy. Ogre Magi just kind of sat there, let her get most of her HP back, but luckily did not actually end up backfiring on her.
Notice the second that Earthshaker comes into the fight, she just has to split the spiders, just send them back to Brood. Such an annoying way to have to play Brood.
Oh yeah, it really damages your ability to do much in fights as well.
Dire
And again, Weaver wasn't even present for that.
Yep.
Speaking of Weaver versus Drow, though. Nah, we're not actually gonna have this little tussle.
Just gonna
At least not yet.
farm near each other.
Got a Grove Bow here, which could be pretty good for
Radiant's top
Weaver.
tower is under attack.
I think it's better for a Wyvern, honestly.
Could be on Wyvern as well. Could be on a lot of people. As long as you have that Grove Bow going out, to some extent, you know. Brigand's Blade is one of the most perfect things Drow could possibly see.
Yep.
Spirit Breaker just wants to push out top a little bit. Jakiro barely with the Ice Path trying to stop Ogre from going invis.
Happens.
Ring of Aquila, another very good Drow jungle item. She wants the Grow Bow. Bounty.
I was waiting to go for a bow. Yes, it's
They
possible
both
they
did.
both have it. Alright, makes sense.
Oh no, they didn't both did. I'm a doofus.
You're right.
Oh, Weaver just casually getting rid of Spirit Breaker at top.
The Weaver's a bit of a problem. Orchid went out.
Orchid
oh
went out.
God.
Not much avail though. Sleazy did go down for it at least. Got something done.
Yep.
Blew up with the Orchid post damage. And dewarded with the spiders.
Radiant structures
No.
are fortified.
This might have been... No, Weaver is assuming more people are here than there actually are, maybe? Well, he's doubling back now.
Yeah, we're just kind of repositioning himself.
Middle tower is under
Yeah, I think he would have been better off just going right for it there.
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter, yeah. Uh-oh.
Oh boy.
Not
Wheels fall off the bus.
not the teleport for Drow to make. I think the classic problem with Team Spirit might be starting to happen a little bit. I think they're just getting so much of a morale hit from how this game's been going so far and how the last game went that they're just kind of they're starting to have concentration lapses at very poor times. Notably in the last 2 minutes, Broom Mother, Drow, and Spirit Breaker have all gone down in fairly preventable situations.
It's a very early rush here.
Your Sean has fallen to the dire.
Nobody wants to mess with Bristleback. Because look at that alluring target that's here instead. Well,
Yep. She's dead.
they did get the Orchid out on Weaver, but
Dire's bottom tower.
he
Oh.
immediately BKB'd that off.
Radiant structures.
Jakiro just getting completely knocked out in the back of the line here. Spearbreaker's shown up quite late. Might get the kill
Oh,
on
boy.
Weave? Nope.
Nope. Time lapse.
Jakiro buys back to try and help finish him off, but no such luck.
Bottom tower is under attack.
That was very unfortunate for Gyrocopter. That's got to be another morale hit compounding on what just happened there,
Yeah.
just to buy back for literally nothing. It's actually put them in quite a dire situation quite early on in the game. They've not got too many buybacks, and they have that Aegis up on Weaver, who is insidiously difficult to kill at this point. Spaz getting battered. The back line.
A golden thread.
A golden thread.
Couldn't agree more.
Spirit Breaker. We're really looking to get Sleazy here. They only have fizz damage though. So yeah, Sleazy can just do this. Just waste a tremendous amount of time. And well, that's the end of old Mr. Back, I believe. Spirit Breaker just dies to Earth Spirit on the offsides. Pebcac! Uh-oh, man.
Oh, wicked sick ogre.
Pebcac is, what?
That
Pebcac,
happens.
you feeling okay, buddy?
Clicked the mini-map by accident.
Guess so. From the experts.
Is under attack.
Yeah.
Very least, Broodmother is making good use of this time by riding up this top tower. She is going to get it fairly quickly. And Jakiro has that Macropire ready to try and make doing this as annoying of an affair as possible.
Yep.
Fortunately for old Jack, though, the next wave is already here. It's quite beat up, though. Ah, Wyvern put one of the creeps in jail. We're gonna get a little time. Oh, we were actually popping his time lapse just to try and keep getting this tower. It's a good idea. Liked to see. I really liked that offensive spirit there on LDR. They are going to lose the Ogre Magi Wicked Sick for this, but not an insurmountable, nothing insurmountable for them. Radiant's still trying to push out here. Though with that Weaver Aegis and that BKB still up,
Oh boy.
they're going to be a little hard pressed to get a lot of offense on the guy, though. He's in a rough spot here.
He's orchid. He's dead.
And he's dead, yeah.
Alright. Good turn.
Yep.
Didn't get the Rex and you wiped them out of your base, so...
If I'm being a little unfair, you know.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
If I'm being a little unfair, you know. That did not even go out. I do feel like holding on to that was a bit of a misplay there. Even if you didn't get the dreamlike echo on the spiders, and you weren't going to in any case. Even if you didn't get the dreamlike echo on the spiders, I feel like they could have at least forced Radiant to turn back around, just leave. It's not just for moitering people, you know. Oh well. Likely isn't going to matter all that much. Broodmother just using spiders to scout more than anything at this point. Finds the potential counterattack coming.
I'll take that.
He's dropping a lot of money on the map, a lot of places. Notably, Earthshaker actually in second place for net worth, and a lot of that is spiders.
Yep.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Like there, he just got around 200 gold just from hitting his Q one time.
Yeah, a bit of a monstrous offlane performance here.
Right.
Like, maybe the strongest offlane we've seen, like, singular performance in this tournament so far.
I don't know if I necessarily agree with that. I do think
strongest. It's definitely up there.
it's a good one.
Second place in net worth.
It's definitely a good one.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
You know, yes, to be fair, Radiant's offlane is also second place on his team, but it's more due to the fact that they just put the boots to the draw.
I can't agree with this one, man. I think you went the wrong way down this road, buddy. Eternal Shroud, I can see why you'd want it on Bristleback, but I would only do Eternal Shroud if there was not much magic damage on the enemy lineup instead of, say, you know, Earth Spirit, Earthshaker, Wyvern, Ochre, you know? Can't say I agree with that Shrub, man. Definitely feel like a pipe would be doing you a lot better here. Shoutouts to Tank.
Well, it absorbs magic damage.
It does. It just only does it on
Yeah.
you. That's the thing. If it's
That's
only
true.
on you, it's a lot better to do only on you. If it's just a little magic damage, I feel like. Brewmother actually having a BKB to TP. Yep.
Has to get out of here.
Double damage.
The Earthshaker is just gonna get about a trillion money from the old spiders once again. Everybody starts to just beat him up. Oh, and Pebcag just randomly dies. That also happened.
Yeah. Weaver found him. Oh no. Looking to make him pay for this.
I think he
Certainly
held on
will if
the
he gets bash.
held on the R2 real long there.
Repeat.
Thought he was just
Well, he
gonna
got
get out.
bashed. So
Well,
that
no,
was cool.
he had like 2 seconds of uptime before getting bashed again.
Sure.
Ooh, I think this is a TL2 cities here. I think Team Spirit is a little, so far morale broken that they're making some miscues. But on the other hand, I think maybe Lanaya getting a little complacent, trying to save ults especially for really flashy situations, and just kind of letting themselves go sometimes.
The pattern repeats.
Pattern
Radiant's bottom
repeats.
tower is under attack.
Wow.
Nobody really wants to push this tower, even though nobody's actually here to stop them. One of these classic bluff situations.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Not really sure what they're so afraid of, to be honest with you. Nobody has the ability to just jump behind the tower quite so flagrantly.
Yeah.
They have put down a lot of time here, and now they are going to start getting initiated on.
SB's just here to poke. Although, alright. Good
Nope,
spirit.
can't do anything about that status resistance, unfortunately.
Yep.
Earthshaker going a little crazy here, but man, he can't tank the macro at all.
Yeah, it's a little unfortunate. Ooh.
Oh, Curse here. Everybody beating up the Brewmother just allows Dire to make a full retreat. Weaver is not, he's just got here, just came back up. Is not quite ready to let them go yet.
Super good curse.
Yeah, that was a good one. They
Oh
found the
no,
Brewmother.
Brood.
And Brewmother is dead. Very quickly.
Very good. Alright.
Both teams are losing VIPs in fights very frequently, but I gotta say, it is noticeably happening a lot more with the Radiant than the Dire here.
Yep.
Seems like every time we have a fight, either Drow or Brewmother die, and the reverse is not really true
Radiant's bottom tower
necessarily.
has
It's still
fallen.
happening frequently, but not literally every time.
Yeah.
Pebcag. Nope, doesn't want to fight him.
Going uphill alone at this point is a bit of a...
One item that I feel like Weaver actually could have done a lot of good with in this game would have actually been a diff blade. There's been a lot of situations like that where he catches somebody really off guard, they're just able to right click away before he can do anything to him.
Oh, I get another chance here.
Could be. This Quiver gets a Cloak of Flames. It's pretty nasty on a lot of people. He wants that Quiver.
For some reason.
BMing the Quiver.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will say I also don't get the Quiver when you already have an MKB, especially. So I mean, the most important thing about it is the True Strike, really. But
Selfish regeneration.
you know how it goes.
Crow really has no space to farm in this game. I mean, you saw it there. The second she showed at the top lane, everyone just invaded the triangle.
Right. Looking at another Roche attempt here, maybe? Or at least thinking about it.
Yeah.
Would not be bad. At this point, getting more Roches in, it's not going to be that big of a deal for them. It's certainly going to be very convenient for them. So people are charging out somewhere.
Oh,
Trow
boy.
Ranger is
Oh,
dead.
God.
Poor Bristle can't do anything about it. Perfectly walled in there. And now Dire just going to Roche. He's gonna
Yep.
drop his shard here. The
Indeed.
The Earth Spirit was looking for his shard here. So he might be getting it. You might be seeing it on Weaver. A lot of good shard recipients here.
Roshan has fallen to the dire.
Yep, ultimately Weaver indeed going to take it.
Alright.
Brewmother just going to be able to get out just in time. Slizzy unfortunately going down again on the offsides.
Gets that pick.
Yep. Probably orchided it.
Yeah.
I will say it would have been a Greek tragedy for Broodmother to get ulted by a Wyvern and then everybody TP in on top of her face.
Yeah. Unfortunately, if you're orchided.
Can't do that. Yep.
Yep.
One thing to say about the Weaver shard. Weaver's shard's a little better, I think, than people give it credit for. The only issue is that it's kind of hard to find like the money for it. You know, kind of hard to justify dropping cash for that. But getting it for free off of Roche is going to give you a decent, notable change without costing you a dime.
Yep.
Double damage.
That those Geminate attacks, man. Those Geminates are going to be spread to a lot of spiders in these fights. Well,
That's
Earthshaker
true.
caught out the Spirit Breaker here, who's now just getting the crap beat out of him.
Every single one has a chance of proccing Maelstrom.
Yep. Unfortunately for him, the rest of the Radiant shows up to point guard the guy.
Yep.
Our Ranger just finished in S and Y. Has her own quiver, actually.
Yep.
Everybody kind of looking at Bristleback with hungry eyes here. But unfortunately, they just don't really have, Weaver being the front man, doesn't really have the ability to put a stop to Bristleback. Can't stop him for just right-clicking away. Southeast Outpost going down.
Yep.
Here's the question of the day: Is this one still within reason for the Radiant here? And if so, what has to happen?
I don't know.
Yeah, this is tough, man. The biggest thing here is that Brewmother was just didn't pan in any capacity for them. Dire just gonna get a free racks for their troubles here.
Yep.
Not getting any much damage done here. Don't need the damage. Unfortunately, that was a very tragic thing. Wyvern dropped her ult on Spirit Breaker, who had his bulldoze up, and you just can't kill him during that. Got a big magnetize though. Weaver in here, man. He's going deep. He's going crazy looking for Drow. BKB just stopped.
Oh, the echo.
Oh, big echo. That didn't really do that much damage actually.
Magnetize is ripping him to shreds.
Yeah, Magnetize actually doing a little bit more there. And everybody's just going down.
Good God.
Radiant chewing through buybacks like cigarettes. Weaver desperately trying to get something done in the end of this fight here.
Visible.
But not 100% sure why.
Oof.
Still has the Aegis on him.
Yep.
Orchid is back up, but he actually was able to
Fair.
Sakuchi in time.
Yep.
Time lapses the dust off.
Wonderful.
And now he just wants to kill Bristleback.
Oh, that is a shame. Hello. I'm a little greedy. Got satanic.
Yep. And there's a
Oh my
regen
God.
rune!
That's wow. Okay.
Wow. Alright. That was a potential moment for Radiant to try and turn around, get some objectives, get something out of that, but they had to drop all of the time chasing Weaver. And they had to. It's not like it was, it's not like they could have just gone on without, right?
Yep.
They had to stop, drop everything to chase Weaver, and unfortunately
Give
for
an arm
them,
and a leg to chase and they didn't even kill him.
yep, not only did they not kill him, they, everybody on the Dire is back up now, so they gave a lot of time for it. That was tough.
Yep.
Weaver forced them into a super no-win situation there. So, the question once again, is this still within reason for Radiant? If so, how?
No.
No? Yeah, I
No.
think I have to agree with you there. Brewmother just isn't going to be able to, like, the biggest problem is, anything they could possibly do is going to, at this point, largely rely on Brewmother. Drow is so far behind, she's really almost a non-factor, not doing particularly much better than Slizzy on Wyvern.
They don't have the team fight either to
Right.
do anything about Curse or Echo. You know, those
They do have a good
R2
long-term team fight. Macropire, Bristleback, and
Well,
Spearbreaker can deal with you if you have to sit in the fight for a long time. The problem is,
They're not gonna have long-term fights. They're
Yeah.
gonna get echoed and then Curse and everyone's dead.
yeah,
Like,
at least assuming the curse doesn't go down on a Bulldoze Spearbreaker, but, you know.
yeah.
This
Sure.
is what happened last fight. Actually, the big reason I think the game didn't end there, which isn't a big problem, but Bristleback just going to completely get demolished here.
Is that my blood
Yep.
coming out?
It was indeed his blood coming out.
One of Bristle's dying that easily, even though he should be spiking right now.
Yeah, he's got nothing. He bought a S and Y. Man, all right. Oh boy. Going for AC. I approve the AC, but buddy,
Radiant's bottom
buddy, I think you needed a little more than that in this game. Especially considering your team was all about those long-term fights.
Radiant's
Spearbreaker coming in hot. Not that hot though. Turning around very quickly. Wants to get Earthshaker here. Actually had buys for the Earthshaker,
Oh,
but the
no.
ult comes out. The Wyvern ult comes out. They're not even going to do anything about the Wyvern ult. They're just going to get racks for free. Jakiro dead. Brewmother dead. Maybe? Yeah, Brewmother's dead. Spearbreaker just out and alone here. Pepkag is the last man alive. Effectively.
Yeah.
I mean, Spearbreaker's here too, but he's got 2 seconds to live. Make that 0.
Radiant's middle tower
Yeah.
is
It's
under
got to be the
attack.
G, right? Yep. Calling the GG.
Yeah, that's
Okay. Contrary to your prediction. Oh wait, no. It wasn't contrary to your prediction, actually, was it? You were right.
Radiant's middle tower
Yeah.
is
2-0 here. Randy privately predicted how this would go before the recording started. Shoutouts to Randy for getting that right. And shoutouts to LDR, just 2 in a row, which is a good step forward for a team that has so far failed to find much in terms of success. I think this is actually not only was this their first victory so far, it was back-to-back for them, so that's good for them.
Yep.
So, let's go down the analysis. I mean, for starters, I think Tank here, as mentioned, is a stand-in, so what I'm about to say isn't going to be quite as important as if it was their regular pos 3 here. Built all kinds of wrong. This reminds me of how Lich Better Have My Money's Bristle built in that first series for them. Just very rough. The Eternal Shroud was too greedy. Too focused around keeping him alive, and it didn't do that job. The lack of anything to deal with the lack of pipe wasn't great. The lack of anything to deal with Weaver when he started getting out of control wasn't great either. You had a very, I don't know. Who would even have a build like this, logically, right? Like
I don't really know.
if you're a very crazy Terrorblade or something? Like a Pos 3
Yeah.
Terror? Maybe. I've done Pos 3 Terror before. It's not as bad as it sounds on paper. Yeah, that build just not what the team needed this game. The thing is, and I think that actually had a disproportionately large impact. It had a larger impact than it looks on the surface here. You can see from their picks here, it's Bristleback himself, long-term use in fights. Brewmother is at her best when she's able to just eat somebody, just go from full to dead, right?
Yep.
Just slowly over the course of a fight. Once she gets that momentum going, she is hard to deal with. Spearbreaker, just running through, bashing you over and over, right? Jakiro has that Macropire. He wants you to stand in that Macropire, buddy. Something like an early Shiva's, even, would have had a disproportionately large impact. Something like a like a Crimson Guard here for the Weaver potentially early game. Though I will say AC was better. AC was better in the long term, and he was going to AC by the end of it. Would have done him a lot of good. Even potentially a medallion. Quick medallion to do a quick solar crest to give Drow the ability to just kill somebody easier. Would have gone well for him,
Right.
but he built like he was the Pos 1. He built like he was Pos 1 Bristle. It didn't go well for him. Did not need this stuff. And I feel like the Brewmother pick backfired very heavily on them. On the other hand, I feel like Weaver did exactly what Weaver needed to do. Old Esper here. did exactly what they needed to do on waiver here. Just kept the pressure up, kept getting every pick. Everybody who stuck their head out for more than a second, Weaver came in and just chowed down on. So that was good. Playing Weaver more like the Broodmother than the Broodmother was able to play like Broodmother.
It's true.
Earth Spirit had a few flubs early on, but definitely got his stuff together and had a very good performance in the mid. Ogre Magi actually had a very strong performance as well. I would say this is one of the stronger Pause 5 performances we've seen, to the point where Ogre was able to farm more or less on kills this game, to the point of having higher net worth than... I think this is the highest a support has reached as far as a net worth chart so far, basically. You know, higher than they've gone in like hour-long games.
Right.
Slizzy as well actually was able to get quite a bit of money here. I mean Pause 5. Slizzy as well able to get quite a lot of money here as well. A lot of that from the Brood Spiders. Got some good curses. Got some not so good curses, but got some good curses. That's pretty good. For somebody that, you know, has not played Wyvern this tournament so far, has not shown us so far. It's a serviceable Wyvern. Or Shaker as well was just an insurance policy. They never really needed to cash, funnily enough, either in his ability to just beat people up or in his ability to just drop echoes. But he did do good when he was on the field, so to speak.
Yeah.
But ultimately, I think there were a few moments of complacency for LDR, which is the biggest complaint I have about how they ran this game. There were a few moments where you could clearly tell they just kind of mentally checked out and were just like, oh, we're just stomping, whatever, just keep going.
It could bite them against a stronger team, perhaps.
Right. But again, notably, and I think, again, just like last week, it's a similar problem This Is Sparta has, for example. The morale bust from losing that game 1, man, that really is very tangible, I think, for Team Spirit. Very tangible for the morale bust for them. By that game 2, especially at the start of game 2 when it was going really sour for them, you know, there was clearly some, you know, whatever. We're losing anyway, so who cares? Sort of
Go
plays.
next.
Yeah, some go next mentality. I feel like the go next mentality. You know, I know you like Arteezy, right? And he's not the origin point of it, but I think he's the popularizer of it. I think the go next mentality hurts you sometimes in tournaments like this. It hurts you for a lot of reasons, especially in the group stage. A game where you're not playing competitively in the group stage, you're just giving up an opportunity to sort of probe your opponents and probe the rest of the pool, aren't you?
Yeah.
You're missing an opportunity to sort of get that info, even if you're confident that you're getting onto the bracket, or confident that you're not. And you shouldn't be confident that you're not, frankly. Even if you're Team Spirit, who I believe is still yet to see a victory in this tournament so far. Maybe one. I think they might... Oh, they are 0-6? Okay.
Yeah.
There's still time. This is just week 3. I don't believe we're halfway through. I think week 4 is the halfway point, right?
7
right.
weeks.
There is actually still time to get that turnaround to sort of happen for them. Shoutouts to my phone. So to that end, I do think the go next mentality is starting to screw with them a little bit here. That stand-in was kind of rough as well, but overall, good performance from LDR. Hoping to see Team Spirit build themselves back up a little bit more in the weeks to come. And I think the two best possible things to do here, I think they need some more games for comps, frankly. I think they need to be getting together, doing some captain's mode or something, doing some scrums, trying to get some better comps going. LDR had some kind of rough comps in the first week and kind of rough team layouts in the first couple of weeks. They're doing a lot of scrims in the meantime to try and reassemble where they were sending people, try and redo what they were doing there, and that panned out really well for them.
Yeah, they've put together a decent team here.
Right. I think Team Spirit, I don't think it's too late for Team Spirit to be doing the same. Rethinking when they're sending people, rethinking their sort of compositions. And not to say that this was a bad draft. I do think there is a very... The Broom Mother was an anchor around their neck in a lot of ways. But that was a mistake that wasn't a game-losing mistake, per se, right? You know, Broom Mother showed herself old enough. I mean, positive KD, right? Showed well enough for herself there that it wasn't as much of a disaster as it could have been, at least in theory, right? But I do think getting some more establishment, what do you guys like to play, what should I be thinking about when we're drafting, would definitely be to Spaz's benefit here. These aren't bad teams, it just feels like just not very comfortable on these heroes or with these lineups.
Right.
So yeah, that's it for that. So until next time, I'm Ocelot. This is Ocelot. Say goodbye, Ocelot.
Goodbye.
If you or somebody you know would like to learn Dota at a more competitive or more casual level, go to ld2l.gg. It's way too late to sign up for this season, sorry to say, but there's always room for stand-ins, especially if you're not just a smurf looking to get some stomps in. Always room for stand-ins. Always room to find a coach, find some commentary, find something of interest there for you. So, that's it for now. See you next time.